If you think savings accounts and retirement funds are the final stop, you're only scratching the surface. The ultra-wealthy don't just save, they hide. And they do it in ways designed to avoid taxes, grow silently, and stay invisible to the public eye. Today, we will be revealing 10 shocking places the rich actually stash their money. Some are perfectly legal, some not so much. But number 2, it will absolutely blow your mind. Welcome to Review Daddy, where we decode the hidden truth behind every truth. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And to my returning subscribers, you know what's up. Let's dive in. 10 offshore accounts. When you hear offshore accounts, your mind probably goes straight to Hollywood movies and shadowy billionaires hiding suitcases of cash. But the reality is simpler and more shocking. Wealthy people use places like the Cayman Islands and Switzerland because of one thing: privacy. Unlike your local bank, these countries have strict secrecy laws and, in many cases, very low or zero taxes. This means a billionaire can move millions into a quiet little account overseas, out of the reach of governments, lawsuits, or even greedy ex-spouses. For decades, Switzerland was the gold standard, but now places like Singapore and Dubai are becoming hotspots. It's all legal if structured right, and that's why the rich love it. But here's the question: what happens when they don't want to leave money in a bank at all, but in something you can hang on your wall? 9. Luxury assets, art, wine, watches. The rich don't just collect art because it looks nice on a wall. They buy Picassos, vintage wine collections, and limited edition Rolexes because these items double as vaults of hidden wealth. Unlike cash, which can be traced, luxury assets can be quietly bought and sold with very little oversight. A painting worth $5 million today might be worth $15 million in 10 years. And during that time, it can sit in a Freeport storage facility where nobody, not even tax authorities, know it exists. The same goes for collectible cars, rare diamonds, or even old whiskey bottles. These items aren't just stuff, they're financial shields. And here's the kicker: when the rich sell them, they often pay less in taxes than if they sold stocks. But if they don't want to use their own names at all, what's the clever corporate trick they use instead? 8 shell companies. Now here's where things get really interesting. Shell companies are businesses that exist only on paper. No employees, no office, no real work being done. So why do the rich set them up? Simple. They act as smoke screens. Imagine a billionaire owns 10 luxury apartments, but instead of putting them under their own name, each one is owned by a different shell company. On paper, it looks like nothing belongs to them. This makes it harder for governments to track assets, harder for creditors to collect debt, and nearly impossible for the public to know how wealthy someone truly is. And here's the sneaky part: shell companies can be layered inside each other, stretching across multiple countries, creating a maze no outsider can unravel. That's how billionaires stay invisible while sitting on empires of wealth. But if shell companies hide ownership, what's the hidden legal structure that protects wealth across generations? 7. Real estate trusts. The rich don't just buy houses, they buy structures that own houses. Real estate investment trusts, REITs, let them collect rental income, profits, and appreciation, all without lifting a finger. Even better, many of these trusts are private and closed to the public. The wealthy tuck millions into these vehicles to generate tax-advantaged income while shielding their names from property records. To the outside world, it looks like a faceless company owns that luxury skyscraper. But behind the curtain, it's one family or billionaire quietly cashing out. 6. Private equity funds. Private equity is where the real money games happen. While most people are stuck with stocks and mutual funds, the wealthy pool billions into private equity firms that buy, restructure, and flip entire companies. These funds offer astronomical returns, but you need tens of millions just to get a seat at the table. The beauty for the rich? Privacy. Profits are distributed quietly, without public stock tickers flashing the gains. It's a playground where insiders double and triple their money while the average investor doesn't even know the rules exist. But the real secret is, some rich don't just invest to grow, They invest in ways that protect their money. What's their most underrated shield? Number 5. Life insurance cash value. This one shocks people. The wealthy don't just use life insurance for death benefits. They use it as a living bank. With whole life or indexed universal life, they can stash millions into policies that quietly grow tax-deferred. Even better, they can borrow against the cash value anytime, tax-free, while keeping their fortune compounding in the background. To creditors and courts, this money is often untouchable, a private fortress disguised as insurance. It's why billionaires and politicians funnel money here instead of a regular savings account. But if life insurance can act like a hidden bank, where else do the wealthy stash their cash invisibly so no one knows it's even there? Number 4. Gold and rare metals. For centuries, gold has been the ultimate store of wealth, but the super rich don't keep it in little bars at home. They stash tons of it in underground vaults across London, Switzerland, and even private bunkers in New York. Beyond gold, rare metals like palladium and platinum are quietly being hoarded because they power the tech industry. Think electric cars, satellites, even smartphones. These assets can't be inflated away like paper money. And here's the twist. The wealthy often buy through shell companies so no one traces ownership. While we may never see their vaults, one thing we can do is protect our own digital valuables. That's where NORDVPN comes in, shielding your financial info from prying eyes while you browse, trade, or invest online. 3. Fine art foundations and museums. Ever wondered why billionaires spend hundreds of millions on abstract art most people don't even understand? It's not about taste. It's about hiding wealth in plain sight. Paintings and sculptures become assets, but when they donate them into private foundations or museums they themselves control, two things happen. 1, they keep the art within their reach, and 2, they collect huge tax breaks. Some museums are basically billionaire storage rooms with nice lighting. It's a legal wealth shield disguised as generosity. Regular folks can't play this game, but we can learn from the principle. Protect what matters. Rich hide billions in offshore accounts. You can at least hide your browsing and transactions from hackers, trackers, and even your ISP. With NordVPN, you stay one step ahead. Click the link in our description box and get your discount and bonus offer now. 2. Political donations and influence channels. And now, the shocker. Forget gold or art. The real place where the rich hide money is inside politics itself. Through donations, super PACs, lobbying firms, and influence channels, billions of dollars quietly move with almost zero oversight. A single check to the right politician can secure billion-dollar tax breaks, government contracts, or laws that protect fortunes for decades. It's not charity, it's investment with the highest returns imaginable. This is why political money trails are some of the hardest to trace. The wealthy don't just store money, they weaponize it. And if the rich are going this far to guard their influence, what about you? Up to this point, you've seen how money hides. But remember, you must also hide your digital footprint with NordVPN, because your online influence starts with your privacy. Number 1. Family trusts and generational wealth vehicles. At the very top of the list, we find the secret weapon of the ultra-rich, family trusts. These aren't just bank accounts. They're powerful legal structures that shield assets from taxes, lawsuits, and even family disputes. Trusts allow wealth to flow across generations almost invisibly, ensuring that fortunes survive long after their creators are gone. Combined with shell companies and offshore holdings, this is how dynasties are quietly built. And that's our number 1. So now you know 10 ways the rich actually hide their money. The question is, are these smart strategies or just legalized scams? I'll leave that to you. Drop your thoughts below and don't forget to stick around and watch the next video showing on your screen now.